All right, we are going to jump into our Zoom call today, and it's all about the call to action. So let's get kicked off with Caroline Simmons.
Say hi, Carolyn. Carolyn.
Hi.
And, Carolyn has a really great story about what's going on now, especially with her in the last couple of months. And so I think sharing her story will inspire all of you and maybe give you some ideas. And she's usually a lot of fun. So Carolyn, I'll turn it over to you and tell us a little about your last couple of months and what's been going on.
Yeah, so I went for a walk and I was listening to, I believe it was Jason LaChance, I'm not sure which one of you was telling us about the incentives for September. And all I can remember connecting was the deal for the 22 and getting the 30 free samples. And then I also remembered hearing any of the Healthy Starts orders were going to receive a bag of Complete. And my brain immediately went to, let's double dip on this. You don't usually get to double dip with promotions, but man, this would be a great way to help some families out and so much more. So if you were in Charlotte, I mentioned, I went for my warm market because I was so excited about this for people that maybe financially were maybe not ready to buy Juice Plus, or people that had already planted the seed with the business, but never really dove into it, or they had to think about it, or they knew it was out there, but didn't really know what it was. And so I immediately started messaging those people, and I just kind of got my life is busy anyways. I run a gym full time. And so I got everybody, as many of them as I could, onto a Zoom meeting and just explained, what my product story was, what my business story was, and let them know, about how it can be no pressure, and just let them really kind of eyes in and let them ask questions about what this business looks like, because I don't think our business is the same as many other network business marketing. And so I was able to pull off, I think it was 18 new partners in September. And so that meant that we then had to do a lot of work. And so now it's onboarding all of those partners and finding ways to connect them and light the fire under them to go out and help more people still take advantage of this really good promotion that we've got through the end of the year. So that's what I'm up to right now. And it was very cool, the incentive. I knew about the lunch. That was awesome. And thank you for that. It was rather delicious. And it was great to connect with other people and what I'm now figuring out, still pretty fresh, is what I consider fresh in this business, sideline buddies, and just getting able to kind of talk about what our challenges are and what are other people doing. And that was really cool because, I met some really great people there that I'm already connecting with. And I'm really enjoying that. And what was interesting, and we know that time is crunched because we were trying to get the most out of all of it. But Travis, I don't even know if you knew that I overheard this, but he had somebody buzzing in his ear, like, you got 15 minutes, Travis, and what we're going to do. And I heard him pull, I think it was you, Jason Renaker, off to the side and was like, hey, listen, I want these guys to be able to have a backstage tour, and I want them to go on the stage. And then I want, after y'all figure out where they're going to stand, I want you to take their cameras and I want you to take pictures of them on the main stage with nobody behind them. And I thought, well, that's going to be cool. And so we go out and we practice where we're going to be for main stage the next day. And I saw somebody again give him the Travis, we got to go. And so he's like, all right. And I saw him turn to Jason again. And he's like, really make sure I want this for them. And I just thought that was really, really cool, because it was a very cool moment. One by one, after we finished getting all set up and knew where we were standing, we got to get up there, say a few words, even if it was in our heads or out loud, and just take some pictures. And it felt so good. Well, Jason will probably tell you, he had my phone. I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And so I already started mapping out what my NMD speech is going to look like and who I'm going to point to and what I'm going to talk about. And it just was, I don't know, it got me really excited about the bigger things, because it's clear that there's going to be great ways for bigger things. And so I've known for a long time where I want to go with this business, and I want to inspire so many people. And so my challenge for people watching out there right now is, I hope you go for bigger things, because you really can do it. And I appreciate the team giving us different incentives and promotions and ways to simplify this so that we can talk to more people, and just not certain groups, but everybody, because this is what it's for. It's for everybody. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so that's Caroline Simmons. Did you guys pick up on the fact in the month of September, she brought on 18 partners, 18 partners in 1 month. And how'd she do it? She did a call, invited everyone to it, and shared what she was doing. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this next person we're going to hear from, I think, is Caroline's upline. Do you know?
No,
You don't
No.
think she is? Okay. For something I heard made me think that.
I don't think so. I know she's not.
Okay, so here is what we're wanting to share and inspire each of us, including myself, is hearing from people who it says success leaves clues. So we want to pick up as many clues, if I can get this queued up at the right time frame. We want to pick up as many clues from these two people, and then from some of the people you're going to hear from our own team of what they're doing to move the dial on their business. So let me see if I can gently move this just a couple more. There we go. Okay. The next gal is Ethany DeFeo, and let's hear what she's doing in order to build and grow her business.
Share a little bit with the people tonight.
Hey everyone, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. My team is going into November hot after a couple of crazy, awesome months that we had, of course, getting to end the month of October with an incredible conference in Charlotte. And can we just talk about how excited I am that the double sales profit is being extended? I mean, throw up some more hearts for that, because that is such amazing, amazing news. So tonight, I just want to share with you guys just some of the ways that my team has been capitalizing on the incentives that started in September to really build team, and how one of my team members, which you got to see her on one of the slides tonight, she got intentional about hosting events, which ignited this passion and this excitement in our team that was contagious. And what resulted in that momentum that came from one person was, get ready for this, 51 new partners joining our team in October. 19 had joined in September with the incentive that started then, for a total of 70 new people that have joined our mission in the last 2 months. Amazing. So I want to just get real with you guys, because I feel like I need to give you some context to all this momentum. So I hit National Marketing Director 2 years ago, and I had a lot of life happen. And if you know my story, a lot of life just continues to happen. And I slipped into management mode. I got really comfortable just loving on my team members, coaching them, helping them grow, helping them build team and promote team. But I really got lazy with building team direct to me. And I am really embarrassed to admit this, but it puts things into perspective. I promoted one partner plus in the first 8 months of 2023. That was the one promotion I had direct to me this year until September. I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids to support. And it got to a point a couple of months ago where I had a conversation about, do I need to look into bringing in another stream of income? And that did not feel good. And knowing what this company has and never being more confident in where we are going in the future, I said, no, we're gonna just do this. And we went all in. So a couple of months ago, when all of the cool incentives started, my QNMD, Christy Claimer, came to me and she said, Ethany, I want to host 30 sourdough bread workshops in 30 days. And I was like, oh, sure. Yeah, let's do it. And then I went to my upline sponsor, Melissa Quayle, and said, I just don't know how she's going to do this. This is crazy. No one could do 30 events like that in 30 days. But where there is a will, there is a way. And Christy drove her car to her home state of Michigan with 500 pounds of flour, 25 cases of mason jars, 300 tea towels, and sourdough starters just clinking in my mason jars the whole way. And she went to work. This is an event that we did not create. We have generous sideline buddies, Michaela Peterson, Deanna Christopherson, who invented this incredible event. And then they taught us how to do it. They put all of their resources on boards where we could access it, down to the flyers that we hand out during the event. So it was very easy for us to duplicate within our team. So in this event, we not only get to teach them how to make bread, which everyone apparently wants to do. If you're not on the sourdough train, I'm telling you, you got to get on board. But we get to educate them on the importance of gut health and how fruits and vegetables are the #1 way to improve our gut health. And of course, we're sharing Juice Plus and how it's a simple solution to get more foundational nutrition into your family every single day, and how Juice Plus is unlike any other. I mean, that was reinforced in a big way at conference, and I just absolutely loved it. NSF certification and all the research. And what we found is that these events draw in people who are already living our mission, or they're people who are very, very excited and have a strong desire to just be able to make healthier choices for their family. So we of course shared all of the amazing incentives. It kind of like got to the point like, wait, there's more. Because there was so much good stuff that we could give to all of these people who are coming. And we talked about $22, you can join our mission and have a business at your fingertips, making almost $300 back by simply getting to Partner Plus. Free box of samples, which not only lets them try it for themselves, but then they can give it to other people as they start to share with very little cost that they've invested in it. So like we talked about, like, this is a no-brainer. Who doesn't want to do that? You know, who doesn't want to join us? And so I just encourage you, if you're not taking advantage of these incentives, it is time to get on board. So I know some of you are listening to the story and you're like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing 30 events in 30 days. I don't know how to do sourdough. I don't want to learn how to do it. I was the same way. I did not want to do it. It was another thing to do. I was like, this is complicated. Doesn't have to be complicated. But Christy hosted an event for me in my home. And I watched as people that I had been working on for 5 to 6 years, constantly educating, they were getting on board, saying yes to the product and the mission. And then what happened is they got so excited that they left and they wanted to have sourdough workshops of their own. So this was spreading like wildfire, being able to reach people that we would have never been able to reach before. So I learned how to make sourdough on a Monday. I listened to Michaela's webinar like 3 times. My kids can probably tell you how to make sourdough by this point. And then they had 3 workshops the following week. And what happened? I added 11 new team members to my team outside of Christy's line. I got 7 new Partner Pluses, and 3 of them are going for QSC. So if sourdough isn't your thing, I just encourage you, find an event that you're really excited about, because your passion is going to be contagious. That's what's going to get people there. And that's what's going to get your team excited, and they're going to want to do the same thing. So timing is everything. We have 2 months left of the year, and yes, we're going into the holidays. I think that could not be a better time, because you're getting in front of your friends and your family. And if you are living this mission, you are just naturally looking for ways that you can share with other people. So I think it was really smart, the timing of this, because we can focus for a couple of months of really building our team. And then what do we do next? We plug them into the next Big Rock events. We have Level Up coming in January. We've got Peachtree Boot Camp, Kentucky Lakes Boot Camp, and these events are going to keep that momentum going as we gear into our leadership conference in Indianapolis. So in short, not really. I tend to be verbose. All it takes is one person to ignite excitement on your team. You could be that person. There has never been a better time to join this mission. And let's all just like take advantage of all of these amazing incentives that the company has so generously given us. And let's end this year stronger than ever.
All right. I don't know about y'all, but does that not get you fired up hearing those 2 people speak? What it did for me personally is reminded me, yes, we can do this. we can build to whatever level we want. We have to make a plan, stick to the plan, go after it. And, as I was thinking, I want you guys to hear not only from two people who you don't know. If that didn't fire you up, you may want to check your pulse. But we have people on our team who came back from conference, people who listened to that call the other night, who are saying, you know what? Maybe sourdough, they're going to jump on that bandwagon. Maybe they've got another thing that they're passionate about. But I want you to hear from some of the people on our team what they've decided to do based on where they are, what they heard at conference, and what they're doing within their team right now to have an explosive year end and going into 2024 with a plan to make 2024 be phenomenal. So our lineup is Karen and then Trina. Trina, I know you've got a luncheon. Where are you? Do you need to go first?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's do Trina, then Karen, Mara, and then Carrie. So jump in, Trina.
Well, I guess everybody can see me.
Mhm.
I guess my focus went back to my health, and that's what has driven me to start my business back up. Back in 2020, I have a long story, which I got to condense in 5 minutes or so. But I was on the ventilator for 17 days, in the hospital for 30. I was supposed to die. I had a guardian angel. I knew when he was there. I knew I was going to die. And if anybody's on the call that did say prayers for me, I do appreciate it so much. And but I knew that I was in trouble when they released me. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I was so dehydrated, they couldn't get blood out of me. And so as soon as I got home, they put me in bed, put me on oxygen, and Alan, my husband, started open the capsules and giving me Juice Plus and some juice. And I downed that twice a day. So I've been with Juice Plus probably for 9 years. I'm a sales coordinator. I had a strong team, and then it just kind of went away. And so we've always taken Juice Plus, but I really didn't go out and work the business at all until the past probably 4 or 5 months, Brenda.
Mhm.
And so what I've realized is, what Juice Plus has done for myself and my family. Today's food is horrible. This is the best time to push Juice Plus, to present it to people, because all of our fruits and vegetables, they're horrible. They're sprayed. Even if they're organic, you don't know where they've came from. So that's pretty much the route I have taken, is because what it's done for my health. I had scar tissue in my throat from the ventilator, and it's all gone. It never came back. I had it removed. It never came back. And it's been almost 4 years. I guess what happened was I keep the Juice Plus bottles on my counter all the time. And when people come in, they see it, but I don't say too much about it, other than they'll say, why does your skin look so good? Why, what are you doing different? And so all I say is I just take Juice Plus, and then, let them ask me a little bit more. But anyway, all of a sudden, one of my friends wanted to know more about it, Brenda, another Brenda, and, which is now I've got her to, what is it, QFS? No.
USC.
Okay. And so then I started this group a while back called Women of Faith and Freedom, because I knew people needed support, that they'd lost their spouses through COVID, or and just the world. So that all of a sudden, Brenda Proctor and I were taking shakes and going to an hour from here and in a restaurant and making shakes. And I had the group there and started to give it to them. So then they all came on board. So I'm like, what is going on? So I prayed about it a lot. Am I supposed to do this again? I mean, I even took my Juice Plus sticker off the back of my car. I mean, I'd given Brenda all my Juice Plus stuff 2 months prior, because I was, I'm always going to take it. It saved my life. It saved my grandson, all of them. But I was done as far as just going out as a business. And now I think Brenda and I looked, I have 5 team members, 35 personal customers now, and 29 team customers, I think. So it's like, and tomorrow, well, I've got a luncheon here in 5 minutes with
Mhm.
my old distributors that quit a while back.
Mhm.
And then, let's see, Thursday, I go to see Dr. Pabla, and he wants to know more about Juice Plus, so I know he's going to sign up.
Mhm.
So he's integrative medicine. I've been going to him. And then my neighbor said, well, I want whatever you're taking because you came out of COVID alive, because everybody knew I was going to die.
Mhm.
So I guess I go toward more of the route of health, what we're getting today in the stores, what supplements really are, how safe are they? And so I try to educate people more about that. And I don't know. I asked my daughter today, I said, what am I doing different? She said, I don't know. It just started coming. It just started coming. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. And I've got some good team members now. They're strong. They're in my group of Women of Faith and Freedom. And we'll be there in Phoenix. I'm
Yay. Trina, thank you. Wow. Wow. She had, what I love is I'm always hearing, I'm like, Brenda, I can't ever get a hold of you. And it's because she's with you, Trina, and you're out there, y'all are out there talking to people. It goes back to, whatever it is that you're passionate about, it's taking it out there and sharing Juice Plus. And I love it. So thank you, Trina, for sharing. Get to your luncheon. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Karen, let's hear from you. What are you doing different based on what you learned at conference on this call that we just got a couple little snippets that is going to impact the end of the year as well as 2024 for you and your team?
Well, going back to conference, which I think was probably the best that I've ever attended, it was just amazing. It truly was. And I hope everybody that didn't get to go truly will go in September at Phoenix, because it's mind blowing the stuff that they keep throwing out at us. It's amazing. But my biggest takeaway from conference that motivated me was the United States Performance Center partnership. That affiliation is huge. I mean, huge for Juice Plus, and deservedly so. It gives us more credibility in this industry, and it's definitely built my confidence, which was pretty high to begin with, in sharing Juice Plus more freely. So I've been talking with a few gym owners and a nutritionist who's from Canada. I immediately sent the USPC video and the written verbiage that was shared on Voxer and on the Team Extreme Facebook page. And from that, I have an appointment with the nutritionist via Zoom in a couple of weeks, just from sending that information. I also sent the USPC video and verbiage as an educational tool for my current, past, and prospective customers. I ended up sending those items to 137 individuals. So last week's contacts were in 150 something. I even got a customer to return to Juice Plus for my efforts. So I forwarded the same information to my team, along with the suggestion that they send it out to their customers and prospects. I was beaming with pride when I saw one partner post the same information on her Instagram. So yay. I also used Facebook to post photos and videos taken during conference. That generated a lot of activity and comments. And I followed up on those Facebook comments separately, which led to a one-on-one meeting next week with an individual that I've been dripping on for several years. So all of this took time. It did. I'm not going to fit, but it was worth it. Because I believe I planted the seeds for referrals in the future. And I further solidified my commitment to my customers by caring enough to keep them in the loop about our great Juice Plus products. That's it.
I love it, Karen. I love it. I love hearing what different people, what they've grabbed hold of and they're running with. I mean, what'd you say? You connected with over 150 people last week?
Mhm.
Think about that.
Mhm.
When is the last time you've connected with 150 people in a week? There's a reason. I keep going back to that statement, success leaves clues. And what we're hearing from people today, we want to grab on to the clues that they're leaving us. If you connect with that many people, you're going to get some activity, I promise. All right, Mara. Mara has been wearing me out, and I love it with her and her team of literally, we're doing Zoom call after Zoom call, making a plan. And I'm going to shut up. Mara, you jump in and you tell us what your team's doing.
So our team, we wanted to meet with you so that we could find out what do we need to do in order to hit our next promotion. Everyone from myself to everyone on my team, even my sponsor, who's Debbie, she's planning to have her own call with you as well, so that we can all determine what do we need to do. So, and when we say what do we need to do, we need to know how many, and you helped us to kind of to draft out how many trio orders do we need in order to hit that next promotion as a team, as an individual. So what's my part in it? How many do I need? And then how many do I need collectively with my direct team? And then for each of my partners, we're each meeting to find out what do they need to do specifically themselves, and then as a collective team, if they have any partners under them, we looked at all their partners and all the potential partners that have the potential for action within the next 6 months, so that by April, everyone should be hitting a new spot on their promotional tree. And the conference was very, very inspiring for everybody. So we had quite a few folks there, and we're going to be sharing in our team meeting with folks who were not able to come. We've been on the phone with them. We've been having Zoom meetings so that they can kind of catch some of the fire that we caught at conference. And even last week, so Debbie and I decided when we came back, the day we came back to our home from conference, we decided that we're going to take at least one day a week, and we're going to go out and do what they gave as IPA, which is income producing activities. We're going to do something outside of our home because we're here all week. We're on our computers, we're on our phones. Get out of the house and go and get in the company of other people. So we identified a Starbucks that we're going to go camp out at. And we did last Friday. We challenged each other that while we were there, because we needed to look like we're working like everybody else, instead of just sitting there staring at other people, waiting for them to look up so we can talk to them. But so we challenged each other to send out 10 text messages while we were sitting there. We decided we were going to be there for an hour. And so within that hour, we had to send out 10 messages. So literally, I got out 2, and Debbie got out 8. But while I was packing up my items, I didn't know she actually connected with 2 more people. So she effectively got her 10 connections. And I promised that I would get the rest of mine out that evening. But we were able to talk to a few people that were sitting near us. As we were in line, we tried to start conversations, and the more conversations we started, we tried to kind of move around the store a little bit. So go over and look at something, and if somebody's standing there, talk to them. Go and get in line, go get coffee one at a time. And while somebody's in line, you talk to the person in line, and while the person's sitting at the table, you talk to somebody next to you. And the more conversations we started, the easier it got. And I'm going to tell you, it was not part of my real comfort zone. But it became part, because I found myself just looking at folks, say, hey, how you doing? And, do you come here often? What kind of coffee do you normally get here? Because Starbucks is not my normal place for coffee. And it was interesting. I started a conversation with 2 men that were standing in line in front of me. And I just asked them, as guys, what do you guys order at Starbucks that's not too frilly, that's a man's drink? And they told me I had coffee latte or caramel macchiato. And I said, and you don't think that's too girly? And they said, no, I love it. I take the egg bites and say, oh, you're looking out for your health. And it just kind of helped to transition the conversation into health. I found out he's a pastor of his church. He has an older congregation. He's trying to help them, but they're not too tech savvy and so forth. So really got some nice information out of him. It didn't actually lead to a prospect, but it made me more comfortable with starting conversations with people of different backgrounds. And in my own personal ministry, I do start conversations that are very similar, but it just kind of reminded me, you know what, do what you know, Maura. So I really just kind of jumped into my comfort zone, the way that I like to start conversations, and it really, really worked. So we really we're excited about some of the connections that we did make. Debbie has 3 prospective customers, 1 potential partner. I have 2 potential partners that came out of making conversations that day. And so we'll see what happens. Just real quick, I just want to let you know, also there's another person that I met who's next door to my mom. There's an Airbnb next door to my mom's house. They came over and introduced themselves and asked my mom to let them know if she saw anything that they were doing that was out of kilter for the neighborhood. Please let them know so that they can fix it. I went over and told them thank you. It lowered my mom's anxiety about who was there for the weekend. And we started a conversation. Come to find out, they are friends with NFL, Major League Baseball, and let me see, a couple of basketball players that are alumni from their school in South Carolina. So we exchanged information. They asked me, "Are you on Facebook?" And I said no. They were the 3rd person that day that asked me if I was on Facebook. So I said, okay, you know what? I will get on Facebook just for you guys, because they said we want to network with you. We want to talk with you. I said, all right, I'll get on Facebook. I finally broke down. I'm on Facebook. We networked. We're going to talk this week. And they are very interested in Juice Plus for their alumni, for their school, for their everything. So it's amazing how just starting a conversation can really get you in the area where you want to be.
Wow. That I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
And
me
it's
too.
it's back to grabbing hold of every opportunity we have and utilizing that opportunity. And I love the whole strategic planning with your teams, Maura. So hopefully we're getting ideas. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting spurred on here with some thoughts from hearing from different people. Carrie, let's hear from Carrie. She has been ever since conference, she has been on fire. So you're on mute, but if you'll unmute and share what you're doing and inspiring your team to do as well, Carrie.
Okay, so my move to action from conference to the call the other night is, number 1, change myself, personal growth, be inspiring to others, be more, take pride. Do it to the best of your ability, as Jeff Roberti says. Get out of your head and get into your heart. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about their needs, and add value to other people's lives. Who can we share this with? Who do you care about? Who can you help? It's not about the words. It's about the emotion behind the words. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And to me, that's the biggest part of this whole business, is caring. Number 2, I want to bring my team along with me. I don't want to leave them behind. I want them to be beside me and go around just build on our team text that we have. We are going to start a healthy restart for the end of the year, the first of the year. So we're going to share with each other what we're doing every day, just throw a text out there. I did my 30-minute cardio. I did my shake, that kind of thing, just to inspire each other to do better, be better, and live the mission. And then number 2 is have a voice of authority, position of strength, be bulletproof, no fear or of rejection, put the no's in the back of your list and keep moving forward, then go back and drip on those no's. That's Jeff Roberti too. Never give up. Be persistent, show up every day, be a blessing, lead by example. So if we expect our team to do this, we need to be doing it as well. 3, the company is offering so many incentives, we should be using them. I mean, right now, really. Like, I think Karen brought that up. Never let your comfort get in the way of your calling. Someone cared enough about you to share the product and the business. So share this opportunity and how it changed your life with others as well. Don't make excuses. Instead, go out and make money. Inspiring my team to live a healthier life. I already said that. Encouraging each other to exercise. Put what we've done out on our text. Jeff Roberti is the top earner in this business, but yet he still takes notes of other people that are doing this business. He's still teachable. Huge, huge, huge. We have to be teachable. We have to listen. Boy, Elaine can speak on that one for me. Shows he's still teachable. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to know everything. We have the tools, use them. If it's to be, it's up to me. So if I'm going to do it, it has to be up to me. Third party validation, I think, is very important, something that we should all use. Sometimes, like within our own family, they don't listen to us, but they might listen to somebody else that we bring in to talk to them. So be on as many calls as possible. I've got them all wrote down. There's so many coming up. So do your daily plan of operation, fill them out, do them, and connect with your upline. I connected with Elaine. She fixed me how to get on it, and she's actually laid out for 2 other people on my team how to help encourage them as well. So that's my biggest one. And if I could add just a little personal note about the excuses, I'm big with those. I have been in the past. So, you know, I have a brother that's suffering with Parkinson's, but even though he suffers every day physically, he gets up, he does his walk, he does his exercise, and he'll ask me, did you walk today? And I was like, no, I couldn't get anybody to walk the mountain with me. You know, like that's the only type of walking I can do. So after a conference, I decided, you know what, there's no more excuses. I have a treadmill, use it. So I'm walking. So, you know, be an inspiration to others.
Carrie, thank you. You are an inspiration.
You sure are.
100%. Thank you guys who were willing to share today. How many of you, I love hearing all the different perspectives and what's motivated them and how they're taking what they've heard, what they've been exposed to, and they're putting it into action. And I think when I sent this out, when I heard, you know, the company's call to action, I thought, we as a team, we want to be called to action. And how many of y'all have this form right here? Did y'all print this out that I sent out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you don't have it, we're going to take the inspiration you just heard from everyone. Nobody get off. I'm going to be watching these numbers. Who's jumping off? Here it comes. We're putting the pen to the paper, and I don't know about you, but I want to take my business to another level, a whole nother level. You hear the people from our team who've made a commitment. You heard from 2 people, both Coach Caroline and Ethany. My goodness, 18 partners Caroline got in 1 month. And then Ethany, what did she say?
50. No, 51 and 20 and 19. So 70 in 2 months.
70 in 2 months? Oh my gosh, I feel like a lazy slug. Anybody else feeling like a lazy slug? I'm telling you, what we have been exposed to, there's no, back to what Carrie was saying, We can make excuses or we can make money, but you cannot do both. And I feel like we all have been conditioned going through COVID to make excuses. Are they valid excuses? Yeah, a lot of us, most of them probably are. But the question is, are we going to keep hanging on to those excuses? Are we going to kick them to the curb and say, no more? If Ethany can bring on 70 some partners in 2 months, by gosh, I can bring on one a month. I can bring on 5 customers. You know, if Trina on here in the last couple of months, I mean, how many partners or customers? I mean,
Between her and her staff, it's 69
69.
for her group. Mhm.
We have no excuses unless we just want to hang on to them. So this is a call to action. If you printed this out, then get it in front of you. We're going to workshop this and we're going to walk it through together. You can see I've been busy scribbling. So if you don't have it in front of you, then no excuses. I'm going to get it in front of you. And I want y'all, everyone should be able to have a pen and a paper. All right. So get your pen and paper out or this form, whichever. And let's take the next 10 minutes and let's walk through this. First of all, I'm just going to expect everyone on here, we're trying to connect with people to make customers. That's a given. That's like oxygen. We will do that. We start that in the beginning and we're going to do it to the day we die. We're going to talk to people about our amazing product. But I want us to get real intentional on that first thing. Who are 5 people you will invite this week to join you in the business? Think about it. Let me back up. Don't just think about it. I want names on papers. So I've got my 5 here. I want you guys write down who are 5 people you're going to talk to this week. I used to hear my dad say, come hell or high water. It's going to happen. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, I say stuff my dad says. I half the time I don't even know what half of it means. But bottom line is I'm going to do that. And I've got people on here that I've been talking to, and I'm sick of talking about it. I need to talk to them about it. Who are those people who come to mind right now? The 5 people who come to your mind right this minute, get it down. And then no more excuses. We're going to talk to them this week. All right. 5 people. The next thing I want you to think about are what are 5 tools you're going to implement this week to connect with people. Karen Farrell, I love it. That gal, you give her a tool, she turns around and utilizes that tool. 150 people. My goodness, surely we can talk to 2 people a day. Surely we can talk to 10 people if Karen does 150. But what did she do? She grabbed hold of that US performance video and she put it into action. It's not even like we have to have all these tools. It just takes a few. What it takes is putting that tool into action. So, and I'm going to share a little bit here what I've done, but then I want to open it up for everyone else. So as I think about this, that was my number 1 tool I want to use. And I started thinking about who do I want to share that tool with? Mm-hmm. The US Performance Center video, the new Children's Health Study video.
The Wendy Campbell call this week.
The Wendy Campbell call this week. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can't get your hair on fire, listen to Wendy Campbell. Again, you may want to check your pulse. The Jeff Olson videos. You know, I gotta put a shout out to Susan. I was at Susan's house last night till I don't know what time, 9, I think. Susan, literally, she came home. I didn't think she was going to be on the call or I'd have her share. She came home and literally she's got her 5 people laid out of who she wants to start connecting with to get her to NMD. And last night was a couple that she cooked me and Scott a fabulous dinner, invited this couple over. And by gosh, they heard about Juice Plus and they heard about this business. And, think about a tool. A tool is your home. A tool is providing a meal for somebody. What's some tools you have? I was thinking about you, Susan, that Jeff Olson and him talking about those plant powders, and Jeff Olson being an Olympian, the guy she brought to here. He and his wife are huge athletes. What's another tool? I've got Teamzy. I pay for Teamzy. Am I utilizing Teamzy every single week to its fullest? What tools do we've got tons. We've got all this free product. We've got our cost to bring on a new partner, $22. Those are all tools. Are you utilizing them? Write those down. And how and who am I going to utilize these tools with this week? When you think about events, I love Allison and Susan. After this call, we're going into a time where we're planning for Wednesday night. They've got all these young women who they're inviting to a call on Wednesday night that we're going to do for their team. And we're going to practice and figure out who's going to say what. So there's an event. Sourdough event. You guys, on your boards, all the way at the bottom on the front page is all the how-to. I got a text from Allison saying, I can get on board with the sourdough. How fun is that? How fun is it? Doesn't matter what it is. It's, are you taking action? Are you taking action? So there, you can line up a sourdough event. How about, I got to get back into scheduling our team Zooms every month. Forgive me for dropping off the bandwagon with that. That's a way I can help you and help myself, is getting back onto our monthly Zooms. I love that. What happens when? We were bringing on a lot of customers when we were doing that. So those of you who've got some good stories, be prepared. We're going to be coming to you. I'm thinking about somebody who's been rolling around in my head that I want to be a partner. What's stopping me from inviting her to lunch? That's in an event. Who do you know that you want on your team? And what's stopping you from inviting them to a lunch, taking them to lunch, taking them to coffee? What events? Do you have 5 events written down that you're going to jump into? How about 5 actions? What actions are you not doing that you need to take to move the dial on your business? Think about that the Ethany saying her partner came to her saying, I want to do 30 events in 30 days. And I can imagine her thinking, oh my gosh, and I guess I got to jump on board with that. But she did, and look what happened. So I loved back what Mara said, she took action, went to a coffee shop. And from that ripple effect of the people that came out of just simply doing business, doing work at a coffee shop. That's one of my action steps. Another action step of mine is develop a plan like this every single week, and then follow through on that plan. So maybe an action you need to be writing down, I know for me, is make a weekly plan and follow through on it. How about, I'm good at talking to partners every week. I'm good at talking to customers, but I'm not so good about forcing a time to talk with prospects. That has to change. So for me, an action is starting with talking to prospects first, because that's the area that I'm missing. That's the action that I'm not getting done. Am I talking to 2 new people a day? No, I'm not. Do you think you could bring on 72 new partners without talking to new people every day? How many people think you can just happen to get 72 partners without talking to any prospects? This is our chances of that, 0. So maybe you're like me, you got to flip the script and talk to your prospects first. using Teamsy to hit my 100% daily goal. And then lastly, I'm telling you my stuff. Control my day. Don't let my day control me. How many of us and I'm guilty. I'll let a phone call. I'll let this, I'll let that. Things that I see. I've got to put blinders on and control my day. And then lastly, 5, get in. Wasn't it Travis that said at least 5 hours a week invested in this business? If you're not doing at least 5 hours, I just calculated I've got 31 hours scheduled this week for Juice Plus. If you're not getting in 5 hours, and I love it. Who said PIO? Was that Mara? Income performing activities. Who brought IPA? Yes. I want you all to put, and I'm going to put it big at the top of mine, and I want you to put it at the top of your paper too. IPA. When it comes to that 5 hours, it only has to be that income producing activities. I am the world's worst. I can organize till the cows come home. I've got to be doing income producing activities if I want to see growth, like we just heard from both Caroline and Ethany. What are your income producing activities? And how many hours? Minimum of 5 hours. We can do this, team. We can do this. All right. We've got a couple more minutes. Anybody want to share? What's your action? What's your income producing actions going to be this week? What are you going to do different based on what you heard on the call? Aaron.
I'm setting up a couple of events for in my house, and then some events like I have some sweet PA physician's assistant sidelines that, and I have a couple of young mamas that are PAs. So I'm working on creating an event with them
Nice.
to do that. And then we're doing an event with Vanessa. And then I'm just asking two people that have been on my team but have fallen back off. I'm reminding them that right now is an amazing time to get hop back on if they're out of the business, or just start getting some capsule orders to make some money.
I love that. And going back to Trina, I love her story. She was going great. Life happens sometimes, got sidebarred with this business. And look, Brenda stayed connected. She cared. Who was it that Carrie talked about? Number one thing is to care about people. And look, she's back in on a mission, on fire. Care about those people who've been on your team, who maybe have dropped off. Who else? What's your IPA this week?
Well, I'm inviting to our Zoom event, but I'm also determined to learn how to do sourdough.
100%.
Exactly.
I'm with you, Allison. I am with you. What a great event, a fun event. You know, we have to make this business fun. That's what attracts people. People love energy. They love excitement. They love fun. They love new. So I'm with you,
And they
Allison.
love food. And they love food.
And they love food.
I was telling Elaine this morning that I was talking with my family yesterday. We were selling a birthday and all the kids were there, and every single one of them said, I love sourdough. I love sourdough. And I was like, so, I mean, everybody I've talked to, they were like, well, that'd be fun. Let's do that. I want to learn how to do that. I'm like, me too. So yeah, I'm going to hit the sourdough panic.
I love it. I love it. I'm pumped about it. Okay. Anything else, Susan?
It's kind of doing all different ways. I did a one-on-one lunch last week with a friend who bought a tower garden. And I just saw her today at a garden club event in Buckhead. And she said, all right, I talked to my daughter who's a kindergarten teacher. She said, we're ready to go. And so Brenda, I might be reaching out to you to schedule a time if you could coach us. So I'm really hoping to work that tower garden, get her as a partner and work that. Then the Zoom call that Allison and Elaine and I are doing. And then had a 3-way call with Elaine with my daughter-in-law's mother, hoping to get her as a partner. So one-on-one, three-way calls, dinners, just whatever. I'm going to do what Karen suggested and send out those US Performing Center videos. I love that idea. Just even send that to regular customers and just say, this is just too great to not share. Just want you to know.
100%.
So I loved a quote when I was listening to the Thursday night call, and the enemy of creation is not uncertainty, it's inertia. And I feel like that is so the case with me. If I'm not getting on the calls, if I'm not doing something to be around y'all talking about it, looking at stuff, then I'm not as confident in my ability. I forget some of the details. And then opportunities come up and I just let them slide by. So to me, I've got to keep the energy going, and I'm excited about this time of year with everybody making their New Year's goals. So I got to keep that movement.
I love it. I love Susan's energy. Our energy attracts people. If we're just kind of Eeyore, we're going to get Eeyores.
Yeah.
If you're excited and we're pumped, we're going to attract people with energy, and our energy is going to attract people. Cynthia.
Yeah, so I want to first say thank you, Elaine, for meeting with me last week. That was wonderful. And after that, Maura set a nice little goal, and I thought that was really, really nice, and it's achievable. But I think one of the biggest things that I've learned taking away from meeting with you, taking away from the conference, taking away from what Maura said as a tangible goal, is for me to get out of my head and realize that people are either going to accept it or they're not. Either they're going to say yes or they're going to say no. And so taking that and realizing that, okay, there are those customers that I reached out before and said, okay, this is a good time to start reordering Juice Plus and, the benefits that it has. So I had a couple of people that said, yeah, thank you. I'll definitely order. But there was one person I had spoke to about Juice Plus about a year ago. And they came to one of the events, but, logged in, logged out, logged in, and nothing really major. The other day I spoke with let me slow down. I spoke with her the other day, and interesting enough, she says, I'm ready for this weight loss journey. And she says, so tell me what you're doing. And so I told her, and then the next thing she says is, okay, so how do I go about step one? So I told her I'm step two. I'm Juice Plus. Step one is the other aspect of the program, which is Maura. And so she ordered every single item with the exception of a Tower Garden.
Wow. Wow.
And I was blown away, and I said, okay, she's not a partner person. So before we start calculating, she'd be a great partner. No, we've been friends for 30 years, and I know that that's not her thing. However, her connection with her family, she's very close-knit family. So with her success, I'm sure it will help her to tell them, and in turn that will help me. So
wow,
it's been nice so far. I was telling Maura I'm only 140 something points away from qualifying my business this month. So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So that's exciting. It's been a journey. It's been a long road, but I feel the fire burning, so
Good.
And it's only November 6th. You got the whole month.
I know, right? So
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I want to keep it right at an hour. But thank you all for being on the call. We're gonna just keep doing this from now until year end of making plans, creating vision, setting goals. We want to finish 2023 strong and 2024 be a blowout year. So thanks for everyone who's sharing. And we are going to